Lifechanyuan. Dayform Buddha, Xiefeng. October 31st, 2004. Lifetime is but a dream. Life is not empty. Live life to the full. My life will be worthy. Follow the guide of the greatest creator will be beneficial to humanity. Blessed by God and Buddha, ideal will come true. Lifechanyuan follows the Tao of the greatest creator. Safeguard life, cultivate saints. Great wisdom appears simple, and the supreme wisdom is intangible. Keep Buddha in your mind, and your wishes may come true. I'm Dayform Buddha coming from Lifechanyuan, an honest servant of the greatest creator and a devout disciple of Jesus the Christ, Buddha Sakyamuni, Prophet Muhammad, and Celestial Lao Tzu. Sincerely following revelation, I commit myself to the founding of Lifechanyuan in the mortal world, unifying all religions into one belief system, saving the living beings and reaping crops. Lifechanyuan is planning to set up 256 branches throughout the world, with the primary mission of spreading the Tao of the greatest creator, promoting social stability and harmony, instructing people for their gradual life evolvement to the high-level spaces of life, and in the end, achieving the quality of celestials. This is a game. Any saints in the mortal world, classified by groups, no matter what races or nationalities, religious beliefs, parties and factions, social status, educational backgrounds, ages and genders you belong to, you may join the game with us if you are willing to follow the greatest creator. The only groups of people we will not accept are the civil servants in government agencies, military personnel, and all kinds of armed men. The reason of our rejection is not that there is no saint in the above groups, but that we worry that some confusions, troubles might be caused to the governments in all countries, and we also want to avoid some possible threats and injuries on the life and the properties of our people. Lifechanyuan neither will involve in any form of demonstrations, sit-in protest, strike, armed insurrection, terrorist violence, war, and other public activities, nor will Lifechanyuan be planners, organizers, and supporters of these activities. Excepting for individual privacies, Lifechanyuan will open all the speeches and opinions, organization structures, and the arrangement of activities to the public for the facilitation of government and the public criticizing, reporting, and disclosing. The policy of Lifechanyuan is, immediately rectify mistake once it is found, and keep the main but change the others according to the situation. As we all know, there will be more competent and talented people beyond the capable. We sincerely implore the miraculous persons, outstanding hermits, chairmen, chairwomen, or presidents of all countries, and party leaders to show mercy to Lifechanyuan. I also hope that those people of various circles who are neither familiar with nor understand Lifechanyuan would keep quiet and sit on the rail. Everyone should enjoy the equality in front of the greatest creator. Lifechanyuan will be beneficial to the world. Please wait and see. Lifechanyuan consists of two sections, the soul layer and the management layer. The soul layer consists of Dayform Buddha, 2 yin-yang saints, 4 kings, 8 rabbis, 16 Buddhistic masters, 32 world directors, 64 emissaries, 128 Taoists, etc., 255 saints altogether. The soul layer is responsible for exploring and working up the data of the outstanding part in each culture as well as their development and displaying the secret of the universe, time, space, and life to the fullest extent through combining the latest development of science and technology. The management layer consists of the general director, branch directors of the 256 global branches, and the 518 director assistants, which is responsible for the management of external and internal affairs and activities in Lifechanyuan. In order to broadly invite people of ability, the original 512 academicians were renamed as director assistants, and 6 general director assistants are added to the list, which is 518 director assistants altogether. There is no restrict for the number of academicians, so everybody can be regarded as an academician after application as long as she is friendly to Lifechanyuan and is willing to help. For more information in detail, please refer to the following overview of Lifechanyuan. The endless river eastward flows. With its huge waves are gone all those gallant heroes of bygone years. With space-time transportation, Tao embraces millions of talents. Life is transient, seizes the opportunity and exhibits your brilliancy. Flying over mountains, traversing galaxies to the ultimate place. Locking the terrible storms and waves of lifetime. revealing the charming scenery of high-level space of life. Concerning life, looking through the universe and traveling in the vast space-time continuum. Messengers of God and Buddha are waving from the hundreds of light years. Today, we meet at Lifechanyuan. We are flying from one side of the world to the other. Tomorrow, we'll meet at the Elysium Celestial Islands continent, enjoying the happiness of eternal life. Come on, my dear friend, do not lose your eternal life for a transient human life. The negative universe constituted by non-material world is supernatural. We are destined to be hand in hand in this lifetime. After our merits consummating, let's look back at the little earth. Lifechanyuan. What is Lifechanyuan? Xiefeng. June 18, 2003. Men of privilege without power are waste material. Men of enlightenment without influence are the poorest kind of rubbish. Men of intellectual and moral and religious culture, who are not active forces for good in society, are not worth what is a cost to produce and keep them. Henry Van Dyke. Lifechanyuan is a place where great souls come together to create a peaceful, beautiful, and harmonious reality for humanity and, at the meantime, to make themselves qualified for accessing higher life spaces by means of self-cultivation and self-improvement. Lifechanyuan is the integration of Christianity, Catholicism, Islam, Buddhism, Taoism, science, and Mao Zedong thoughts, which truthfully explains the origin of the universe, the mystery of life, and the true meaning of life. For thousands of years, human beings have been groping their way forward and lost themselves. They have been suffering unnecessary grief and sorrows, not knowing the secret of life. Few ever ask themselves, why should I be busy as a bee all day long? Does it have anything to do with the meaning of my life? What's the difference between me and a rushing ant? During the history, many have been working hard to seek the answers. Sages such as Jesus Christ, Buddha Sakyamuni, Muhammad, Lao Tzu, from one generation after another had paid their painstaking efforts for us. Karl Marx, Vladimir Lenin, Mao Zedong, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln had worked so hard for us. All of them tried to create a peaceful world in which everyone can enjoy happiness. Some other great sages had endured the hardships and advised us in earnest in order to lead us into a happy homeland. But the real answer seems to be still far away from us, and we still need to go a long journey, step by step, to approach the other side of truth. Lifechanyuan has answers and solutions for human sufferings and increasingly serious crises of the world. It also has answers for inquiring souls for questions as, who am I? Where did I come from? Where am I going? Lifechanyuan contains precious truths from the greatest creator of universe. It reveals how the universe comes into beings, how life started, and the origin of human beings. It explains the meaning of time and space, and the purpose and meaning of life. It also points out the cause of human suffering, the future of mankind, and the way how a person can get an everlasting happy life. Lifechanyuan follows the path of the greatest creator, and the core values of Lifechanyuan are to revere the greatest creator, revere life, and revere nature. Lifechanyuan is a wonderland for resonant souls. It is a big family full of harmony and happiness, and it is a land of idyllic beauty for people living Lifechanyuan values to enjoy happiness. Lifechanyuan is not a religion, so there is no special ceremony and requirements. Lifechanyuan is not a company, so it will not involve any business activities aiming for profits. Lifechanyuan is not a political party, so it neither has a constitution nor participates in any political activities. Lifechanyuan does not belong to any individual, country, nation, religion, political party, or organization. Lifechanyuan intends to set up 256 new life oases in the form of intentional communities worldwide. Lifechanyuan Gailan. Lifechanyuan Overview. Dayform Buddha. Take a broad view, and you will see faraway mountains are fresh and green. Stay and study in Lifechanyuan will a new life begin. You will see clear paradise scenes. Lifechanyuan is the home of spirit and mind, the habitat of the exhausted human life, the desert oasis for the ordinary, kind, honest, hardworking, and intelligent people, the institute to understand the implication and significance of life, and the transit station to the heaven. Lifechanyuan follows the path of the greatest creator, and the core value of Lifechanyuan is revere the greatest creator, revere life, revere nature, and create Lifechanyuan era. When you feel exhausted, anxious, and confused in this mortal life, you can take some time to Lifechanyuan to drink a cup of tea, take a rest, recover from fatigue state, chat, listen to other people's perception of life, and experience the quiet and peaceful atmosphere and find out whether there are indeed some unworldly higher beings. The universe has 36-dimensional space, and each space is a huge world, among which includes supreme level, middle level, and lower level life space. Lifechanyuan will show you the secrets of different space levels and escort you to set foot on the super time and space road toward the beautiful, picturesque, and fascinating thousand-year world, 10,000-year world, and Elysium world through its explanations on the universe, time, and space. Human life is full of misfortune, pain, regret, and frustration. Worry and sadness has always tangled us. Many puzzling mysteries of human life make us feel contradictory. Unpredictable situations and unexpected good or bad fortune make us anxious. Undesirable and troublesome things often make us sleepless. Disease and hunger often threatens us. From time to time, the complicated and changeable interpersonal relationships entrap us into the painful abyss. The survival competition oppresses us and makes our exhausted body fall into the grief vortex one after another. Why is our life like this? Why are we always stuck in a dilemma hard to get out? Why can't we control the path of our own life? For thousands of years, the wise people have been working hard to seek the answers. The sages such as Jesus, Sakyamuni, Muhammad, Lao Tzu from one generation after another had paid their painstaking efforts for us. Marx, Lenin, Mao Zedong, Thomas Jefferson, Lincoln had worked so hard for us. All of them tried to create a peaceful world in which everyone is equal and happy. The great sages such as Moses, St. Paul, Mahavira, Zarathustra, Mani, Vardhamana, Dante, Seth had endured the hardships and advised us in earnest in order to lead us into a happy homeland. But the real answer seems to be still far away from us, and we still need to go a long journey, step by step, to approach the other side of truth. The development of science provides us with the keys to the door of truth. The great masters of science such as Einstein, Newton, Galileo, Faraday, Stephen Hawking had paved the steps for us to approach the door of truth. The great inventors such as Edison, Rockefeller, Henry Ford, Bill Gates had created the practical tools for us. The great masters such as Plato, Ibn Sina, Zhu Xi, Aristotle, René Descartes, Bacon, including Adam Smith, Rousseau, Voltaire, Malthus, Darwin, Freud had equipped us with necessary rational thinking tools. Now it is the time for us to carry on the past heritage and open up the future, to reform radically and absorb all the essence of human wisdom so as to create a new era. Lifechanyuan not only aims to solve the problems such as whether there is the greatest creator, the origin of life and universe, the inevitable and occasional, the problem of karma, the problem of past life and afterlife, and the problem of whether there is God, Buddha, celestial being, but more importantly is to show everyone the optimal life, relieve pains in human life, guide everyone towards the supreme life space, so as to make life bloom forever with the beautiful flowers in the eternal time-space. The establishment of Lifechanyuan is an unprecedented huge project in which dozens or hundreds of individuals are powerless, and a single nation or a country is far from competent, and the common wisdom and knowledge can barely do much about this issue. What we need are hundreds and thousands of people with the highest spirituality and wisdom from different nationalities to play the roles of leaders. I sincerely hope the secluded people in this world, religious figures, presidents, Nobel Prize winners, billionaires, scientists, entrepreneurs, literati, ordinary civil servants, teachers, workers, peasants, soldiers, businessmen, etc., including the homeless tramp will participate in this project. As long as you can explain any issue about the universe, time-space, human life, etc., and no others can refute your theory, then you are eligible to be in the leadership of Lifechanyuan. Lifechanyuan does not belong to any country, any nation, any religion, any political party, group, or individual, so it plans to set up branches worldwide. Lifechanyuan is not a religion, so there is no special ceremony and requirements. Lifechanyuan is not a company, so it will not involve any business activities aiming for profits. Lifechanyuan is not a political party, so it neither has a constitution nor participates in any political activities. People who participate in the leadership work of Lifechanyuan will not receive any material benefits. However, your great wisdom and virtue of selfless dedication will be honored and admired, and your name will be engraved on the milestone in Lifechanyuan to be remembered forever. The main contents of Lifechanyuan. Unconventional thinking, the greatest creator, time, space, and the universe, humanity and human life, physical and spiritual health care, revelations, self-improvement and self-cultivation, life's wisdom, preaching Tao, celestial cultivation, the attainment of Buddhahood, the non-material world, Lifechanyuan corpus, Chanyuan celestial corpus. Initial speech. A sailing boat loaded with new life is on sail. A new era is coming. We are in an era of global economy development, material prosperity, spiritual poverty, and soul gloomy, an era focusing on pragmatic, materialization, and an era of no belief. It is a glorious mission for each sage to cultivate conscience, educate people, plant civilization, and enlighten minds. It is the call of the times to build a spiritual and psychical home worldwide. The greatest thought is the rational thinking, and the power of reason is the strongest ruling force for humankind. Comparing with the 36-dimensional space, our human beings are living in a very narrow world. It is necessary for us to tell those barbaric people the huge universal system, and it is also necessary for everybody to know the answer to the question, why should I be me? What do I live for? A great era needs to be guided by a great thought. Without a powerful spiritual support and a liberated soul, the economic development will only cause the widespread depravity and decadence of human being. We are enlightened by the rational thinking of sages in all ages, yet none of the past great men's thinking is able to meet the spiritual and psychical need of the people today. All religions have made indelible contributions to the development of human civilization, but each has its own time limitations and cannot serve as guidance for humankind today. If a theory or a thought exists for more than 1,000 years, and still cannot bring peace and stability to the world, nor bring happiness and joy to every life, then we have to be skeptical about this. If a theory or a thought is not accepted by people willingly, instead, if it is accepted in a fog either by using state machinery or some kind of forces or institution, or in seditious, abetting, or deceptive ways, or through material temptations, promising people with a better future but unable to make it clear what kind of scenario it is, we have to think about these deeply. If a theory or thought cannot make people enjoy the joyous of this present life, rather, believes that only sufferings can ensure the otherworldly well-being, then this theory either is used as a deception or it is immoral. Before everything is clarified, we must first believe in science, be practical, realistic, and believe in logics. We believe that only those who stand on the peak of science are people closest to the truth. It cannot be denied that the great souls are beyond science, time, and space. Their thoughts cannot be generally accepted by ordinary people, and this is why the great souls are lamentable and lonely. If the great souls cannot bring actual happiness and hope for the future, then they are worthless. Lifechanyuan is a place gathered with great souls. Great souls do not come from the low-level life space, and neither from the middle-level life space, but from the supreme-level life space. As early as before World War I, nearly 10,000 advanced souls, the great souls, have descended from the 1,000-year world, the 10,000-year world, and Elysium world. Today, in the name of Lifechanyuan, I was permitted to come here to summon you, the great souls. I wish to tell you, your presence in the man's world is not to enjoy the happiness. Rather, you are to explain the secrets of the universe and the meaning of life, to save the suffering people in the world, and to let people enjoy worldly happiness and joy generation after generation. You have to call an end to your transmigration in the man's world, because after 3 times of transmigration, you will get your nature lost, and you will never find the road to home. You should try to remember the missions given to you in heaven before you left for man's world. You should know clearly that the greatest creator loves human beings, cares for human beings. Mankind must be saved from catastrophe before material prosperity and moral degradation, in order to avoid the tragedy of flood in Noah's times. When people have no fear of force, then, as is the common practice, great force descends, people have to know what it implies. Henry Van Dyke, an American author, educator, poet, playwright, and clergyman, once said, "Men of privilege without power are waste material. Men of enlightenment without influence are the poorest kind of rubbish. Men of intellectual and moral and religious culture, who are not active forces for good in society, are not worth what is a cost to produce and keep them." You are great souls with great thoughts. If you are a president, you are not a great soul if you only consider the benefits of your own political party, group, and even personal interests, rather than the benefits of all people. If you receive tertiary or above education, but you focus only on personal gain and live without serious ambition instead of serving the human world with your knowledge, you are not a great soul. If you have gained wealth from the world but never thought of paying back to the world, you're just a poor soul. If you are a government officer, but you only care how to get promotion and rich, or make your ancestors illustrious, rather than bringing benefits to the ordinary people, you're also just a poor soul. If you have made some achievements and stopped to make advancement, leading a befuddled life and intoxicating yourself in sensual pleasures, you are not a great soul either. The great souls will be brought to the supreme level life space, and the inferior souls will be thrown into the low-level life. Nobody is willing to display the excrement in the toilet in the living room and put the good wine and dainty dishes into the toilet. This is established among human beings, let alone the order of the greatest creator. Only when people around him are happier than himself can the great soul find peace in mind. Only when we selflessly devote our wisdom to human society can our souls be eligible to enter the supreme life space. Take a broad view, and you will see faraway mountains are fresh and green. You must open the window of the soul and look into the future. For thousands of years, humans have been groping forward and have lost themselves, without knowing there are mountains outside mountains and there are spaces outside spaces, suffering unnecessary grief and sorrows and not knowing the secret of life. Innumerable kind people are trampling the life of themselves and even others. Not revering the greatest creator, innumerable people can only repeated transmigration in middle or lower level of life, or have to follow the wrong guidance blindly. Because of the absence of a great wisdom, few people ever ask themselves, why should I be busy as a bee all day long? Does it have anything to do with the meaning of my life? What's the difference between me and a rushing ant? People who are living by instinct, fame, and emotional life can only repeat their mistakes, falling into the same old trap forever. The frog at the bottom of the well always regards its place as the ocean and its vision as the entire blue sky. People who are living the intellectual life can enjoy thousands of rivers and mountains, but people who are living the spiritual life can travel through constraints of time and space and appreciate the charming and infinite scenery in the vast expanse of the universe. So please do not lead a fuddled life in the middle or lower space. Do not fight, kill, plunder, or rob in the secular perplexities. Do not moan and groan in the vortex of thinking. Do not continue to destroy lives by ultimately harming yourself. The boat of Lifechanyuan will be fully loaded with people with wisdom and spiritual nature for the sea of truth, to enjoy the real pleasure of life. The greatest creator is impartial, because he has strictly arranged the program for where they should base on their conducts in man's world. Those with superior spiritual nature will go to the supreme life space, and the less superior spiritual nature will have to go to the lower life space. Tao is impartial because it has recorded every conduct of people. All those who want to act in accordance with the law of the greatest creator, and those who want to pursue the truth, please dedicate your talents and wisdoms. Please be a member of the sages in Lifechanyuan. If you think you can be a sage, please come and be invisible saint and visible saint in Lifechanyuan. If you think you are able to take the position of space master, please come and be one bravely. If you are able to undertake the missions as a light messenger, then be one. If you are able to lead Lifechanyuan, why don't you give a try? If you have possessed excellent morality, then try to be Chanyuan celestial. Do not moan or groan on the injustice around you. Do not let your wisdom and intelligence quench slowly. Do not think yourself a failure. Do not stay at home and endure those stupid scolding. Lifechanyuan is an entirety. It will make your life send out colorful aura, and at that time, you will find that you are not the man that you imagined before. As long as you strive for these, You will win the favor from the greatest creator and people. The boat of new life is launching. All those who are willing to follow Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, Lao Tzu, and other saints and sages. All those who are willing to explore the profound mystery of time and space. All those who want to go to the supreme life space. All those who possess the ability of telepathy, please come on board. Lifechanyuan is bound to bring you to a boundless and marvelous place in which you will have infinite yearning in your dream. A place beyond your imagination and never heard of, where you will be happy, excited, and relaxed, and a place to entrust your life. The greatest creator is with me, and the greatest creator will be with you. You get peaceful mind through mediation under moonlight. You will find the truth in Lifechanyuan after the long journey of life. 传统家庭和禅院家庭的区别. The differences between traditional family and Chanyuan family. Xiefeng. September 20th, 2007. Someone may say, Chanyuan always proclaims to break from the family, yet it is building a new family by itself, Chanyuan. This is a misunderstanding to Lifechanyuan, a symbol of not knowing the essence of Lifechanyuan at all. Rice wine, red wine, and Maodai all are wine but different in nature. Apricot tree, peach tree, and willow all are trees but different in nature. Ant, elephant, and people are life but different in nature. Ignorant people, sage and celestial all are human being but different in nature. The Democratic Party, Republican Party, and Communist Party all are political parties but different in nature. Buddhism, Christian, and Islam all are religions but different in nature. Traditional family and Chanyuan family are families but different in nature. The differences between traditional family and Chanyuan family. Traditional family. Center on kindreds and parents. Affinity disaffinity, classify by blood relationship. Limited number of people. Have parents, children, and marriage. Can't make the planet into one family. Results of private ownership. Inevitably result in private ownership. Result in a series of competition and suffering. Family member can enjoy freedom. Chanyuan family center on the greatest creator. Affinity disaffinity, classify by the resonant frequency with the greatest creator's Tao. Unlimited number of people. No parents, children, and marriage. Can make the planet into one family. Results of non-ownership. Inevitable result in non-ownership. Eliminate the competition and lessen the suffering to the maximum. Family member can enjoy the maximum freedom. It can be seen from the chart that there are a world of differences between traditional family and Chanyuan family, not the same at all. Life must belong to something, otherwise it cannot exist. Life body must have a home, otherwise it is called ghost. There are all kinds of home modes in the universe. Some people regard traditional family as their home. Some people regard workplace as their home. Some people regard religious group as their home. Some people regard their country as home. Some people regard the universe as their home. And the Lifechanyuan regard the greatest creator's Tao as their home. Apparently, there seems no difference between the traditional family and Chanyuan family. Both of them are family modes, but they vary in contents and forms. That is to say, they are similar in form, vary in contents. Going to America from North Korea, getting into Islam from Buddhism, taking part in the Communist Party from the Republican Party, getting into the thousand-year world from the mortal world. Although all of them are abandoning one and adapting another, their nature and contents are totally different. Leaving the traditional family and getting into the Chanyuan family, which seems to be going to a family from another, but the contents of life are totally different. Chanyuan family can do, and even can do lots of things that the traditional family is not able to do. Getting into Lifechanyuan family from the traditional family is like getting into the thousand-year world from the mortal world. Everything is different. Frogs, whether live in wells, ponds, rivers, lakes, and seas, they all live in water. But the value and the significance of their life are totally different. We can feel the differences between living in the single-story building of 10 square meters, storied houses of 100 square meters, and villa of 1,000 square meters. Living in traditional family is like living in a single-story building of 10 square meters. Living in Lifechanyuan family is like living in the villa of 1,000 square meters. It is not the same as you walk out a single-story building of 10 square meters to another. It is difficult for one to imagine what Lifechanyuan family is if he has never been there. How can you make judgments on Lifechanyuan family if you have never been there and experienced its lifestyle. And if you insist in making comments, it will be like the tale of the blind men describing an elephant. To a person who has never eaten cactus, no matter how you describe its taste and the way to eat it, it is useless, unless you are the cactus or the greatest creator. There aren't walls in Lifechanyuan family. To those who said there are walls in family, the walls are built by themselves and are the projections of their own thinking and consciousness. To people who have fully achieved Tao, it makes no difference where he lives or with whom he lives. But to people who is cultivating Tao and holding Tao, the collective self-refinement is very important. I have explained this theory thoroughly in Life is a Journey. It is very easy to understand that only the combination of an oxygen atom and two hydrogen atoms can constitute a water molecule. Only the unite of an adult female and an adult male can make reproduction. 生命禅院国际大家庭 Lifechanyuan International Family. The new oasis for life community was founded in 2009 by Xiefeng in Yunnan Province, China. From 2009 to 2016, it had been called the Second Home, which implied that the community was a sweet and harmonious family home apart from each one's home of origin, and this second home also applied a new and different lifestyle. The second home community had attracted many Chanyuan celestials from China to come and live there permanently, and we grew to 180 members of all ages living within the community at our peak. However, Lifechanyuan values were too advanced for many Chinese people to understand and accept, so as we expanded and became more known to the public, we encountered tremendous resistance from local governments which ultimately forced us to disband in late 2016. During all these years, Xiefeng always held a vision to unite communities around the world to form a big international family. In January 2017, anticipating a better future, Xiefeng decided to change the community name to the New Oasis for Life and to explore new opportunities by visiting countries outside of China. In September 2017, after a few months' exploration in Canada, a property was bought as a new community home in Canada. By this time, he felt ready to put his dream into practice, to call on the communities around the world to unite as one, an international family. Lifechanyuan International Family Society thus was registered in British Columbia, Canada. 让天下知道生命禅院 Let Lifechanyuan be known to all the world. Xiefeng. April 4, 2007. Translation edited by Care. Lifechanyuan rises onto the 21st century's historical stage with its brand new concept. It ascends above those narrow concepts of political parties, religions, nationalities, and countries, and opens a new chapter of human development with a new vision, and it will usher people into the new Lifechanyuan era. It integrates religion with science and explains comprehensively the birth of the universe, the origin of the greatest creator, the origins of life and humankind, the mysteries of time and space, the meaning, purpose, and value of life, the crises faced by humankind, the future of humankind, the origin and function of the moon, and especially the meaning of life, the levels of life, and the meaning and extension of Tao. It inherits and defends the thoughts and wisdom of Jesus Christ, Buddha, and all saints, sages, and prophets. It integrates spiritual sensual development, self-improvement, self-refinement, health preservation, one's conduct, spiritual sublimation, and the information of the new era as a whole. And it raises the consciousness of humans to an unperceived level, which lays the thought foundation for humankind to enter into the Lifechanyuan era now. The basic theories of Lifechanyuan are unconventional thinking, the greatest creator, time, space, and the universe, revelations, treasures of classical advice, humanity, human life, self-improvement and self-cultivation, life and life, physical and spiritual healthcare, life's wisdom, the attainment of Buddhahood, celestial cultivation, preaching Tao, the non-material world, Xiefeng corpus, articles by the masters from both home and abroad, from antiquity to modernity, inspirations and understandings of Chanyuan celestials and Lifechanyuan, 36, dimensional space, the noble, eightfold path of thinking, 80 new concepts proposed by Lifechanyuan. All are epic-making wisdom and will play incredible roles in changing completely the thinking mode of humankind and turn them into a new humankind. Lifechanyuan advocates people to revere the greatest creator, life, and nature. Respect Buddha, the gods, and their parents, and follow the way of the greatest creator. These are the core conditions for establishing harmonious mechanisms between people among each other, people and gods, people and nature, people and other lives, and are the required conditions for mankind to enter the new era. Implementing the strategy of unifying all religions into a single belief system, Lifechanyuan are to completely eliminate all the conflicts and discordant factors of humankind which are caused by the competition of ideological fields of religions, political ideologies, nationalities, countries, and other divisive elements, and will lead mankind into a peaceful era, the Lifechanyuan era. Indications of the Lifechanyuan era will be the following. Religions, political persuasions, and national borders will die out. Wars, diseases, famines, and crime will disappear. Familial relationships will dissolve. Spiritual and soulful cultivation will replace material enjoyment. Natural disasters will lessen. We will be led by saints and managed by sages. No one will pocket anything found on the ground, and doors will not be bolted at night. Life will include prosperity, peace, and tranquility. The talented will be put to their best use. The world will be. As a single family, the Lifechanyuan era will last for a millennium. People will enjoy lifespans of half that, and the ideal paradise that mankind has always dreamed of will become established. Lifechanyuan will not only allow people to enjoy the pleasures and happiness of this life, but it will also guide people to extend their lives to the 1,000-year world, the 10,000-year world, and the Elysium world through self-refinement of thinking. Since Lifechanyuan proposed major adjustments of life in the universe in 2013, prophecies of Mayan astrology and Tibetan monks have become known to the world. This unrelated information similarly predicted that there would be a catastrophe in 2009 and that the Earth would undergo a radical change in 2013, and was basically consistent with the information of the new era, words of Jesus Christ and Sakyamuni, Nostradamus, prophecies and predictions, 2a 2, 24 volumes on military strategy, and others. Therefore, it is an important period of life and death for humankind. Saving millions of lives is an overriding priority. All spiritually conscious people, and those who wish to enter into the Lifechanyuan era, should give up their personal interests and devote their precious time to the grand cause of promoting Lifechanyuan. You must not only use all your time to self-improve and self-refine, but also to help people around you understand Lifechanyuan, strive to build merits, and sublimate your consciousness and qualities. Any hesitation, wandering, or waiting only results in a waste of time and becomes a regret. All bits of merit will work and become embedded into our structures of life. Even if they are not for others, but for yourselves, we hope that you who read this article will promote and build Lifechanyuan and do your best to reprint Lifechanyuan's articles onto other websites. Your efforts will not be in vain, because even if people cannot repay you, the greatest creator's Tao will. Punishments might not be immediate, but they will be sure. Fluky minds can only anesthetize and deceive the world. 生命禅院不过哪些节日过哪些节日 Festivals of Lifechanyuan. Xiefeng, April 4th, 2007. First, we don't oppose people to celebrate festivals they love, that are their freedom and choice. Festival has 8 implications: congratulation and celebration, reunion, praying for good fortune, gratitude, offering sacrifice and holding memorial ceremony, praising, purifying and gathering people's hearts, and keeping going. Festival has 8 major forms: natural festival, religious festival, state festival, political parties festival, cultural festival, group festival, custom festival, and special festival. Lifechanyuan reveres to the greatest creator, life and nature, and follows the way of the greatest creator. So Lifechanyuan does not celebrate the following festivals. Religious festival, such as Christmas Day, Easter Day, Faitakan Festival, Buddha's birthday. The Ghost Festival, Ramadan, Korban Festival, Festival of Pure Man of Taoism. Festivals of a country or state, such as National Day, Independence Day, Republic Day, Union Day, Revolutionary Festival. Political Parties Festival, such as Party Founding Day, Army Day. Festivals of a certain person, such as Commemoration Day, Birthday. Festivals praising of some people or possessing petty bourgeois sentiment, such as Nurses' Day, Women's Day, Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, April Fool's Day, Youth Day, Teacher's Day, Children's Day, Journalist Day. Far-fetched festivals, such as International Anti-Illiteracy Day, World Tourism Day, International Music Day, World College Festival, Fire Control Awareness Day, International Football Day, Tree Planting Day. Regional festivals, such as Fashion Day, the Torch Festival, Planting Day, Peony Festival, Festival of Offering a Sacrifice to Dragon, Log Drum Festival, Snow Festival, Festival of Enjoying Peach Blossom Day. Festivals related to ghosts and gods, such as Ghost Festival, God Festival, Masquerade Day. Lifechanyuan's festivals must be joyous, natural, comfortable, happy, grateful, optimistic, warm, and beneficial, such as New Year's Day, Spring Festival, Festival of Lanterns, Tomb Sweeping Day, Dragon Boat Festival, Mid-Autumn Festival, the Double Ninth Festival, the Water Sprinkling Festival. Notes: the information above is confined to Lifechanyuan, which doesn't limit the world out of Lifechanyuan. 生命禅院不设教堂寺院. Lifechanyuan denies the building of temples and churches. Xiefeng. April 22, 2007. Translation edited by Kayer. Heaven and earth are Lifechanyuan's churches and temples. Everything in nature is the reincarnation and dharmakaya of the greatest creator. Therefore, Lifechanyuan does not have special churches or temples, nor does it sculpt any form of idols. Of course, it will neither worship idols nor burn incense or kowtow. Lifechanyuan has only lecture halls and schools which are similar to university classrooms. They are not used to hold ceremonies, but to discuss scriptures and Tao, share experiences, and gain wisdom. Revering and worshiping the greatest creator comes from our hearts, formlessly and silently. To love life, to love nature, mountains, rivers, earth, plants, and insects, to love yourself, and to love others is to love the greatest creator. The greatest creator does not eat himself, so we do not sacrifice food to him. 生命是有灵性的一种反物质结构，生命禅院的生命观。Life is a non-material structure with spiritualism. The view of life in Lifechanyuan. Xiefeng. Translation edited by Kayer. Studying the implicit and explicit meanings of life is the core issue for the sustainable development of humankind. If life issue is not clear, then we cannot judge whether the current human values are right or wrong. A difficult journey. I am an ordinary person. Whenever I get hit by life, I ask myself why this is, why I should live, and what the meaning of my life is, because living without knowing these things is no better than dying. However, conversations about heaven and hell make people feel that it is wrong to die for nothing, and that it is better to figure out the meaning of life before deciding how we will die. So, how do we figure out the essence of life, and where do we discover its meaning? I started looking for the source and destination of life. First, I read some Buddhist scriptures, then the Bible, the Quran, the Tao Te Ching, and finally browsed Seth's expositions on life. My search remained unfulfilled. The answer must be sought from science, so I made a rough exploration of Newtonian physics, Einstein's special and general relativity, quantum mechanics, superstring theory, cosmological holography, the unified field theory, and Stephen Hawking's book, A Brief History of Time. The results still escaped me. Those searches only left me with the option to explore on my own. What occurred to me first were two questions: why the human body is externally symmetrical and what forces make it such. The reasons must have lied in the structure of the life factor at the beginning. So let us examine what kind of structure the life factor has. Matter is composed of molecules which are composed of atoms which are composed of protons, neutrons, and electrons. Next, it is time to delve into the elementary particles. Going forward, you enter the space of subparticles, and one set of the subparticle spaces is quarks, also called straton by some Chinese physicists, and space, named by Murray Gell-Mann of the California Institute of Technology. But what kind of structures do quarks have? According to Nobel Prize winner Professor Tsung-Dao Lee, whether quarks exist is still a mystery to be solved, but although I am unsure whether microscopic matter can be divided infinitely, I do believe in the existence of quarks because the structures of nuclei and extranuclear electrons are not ones that can lead to the symmetry of life bodies. We assume that quarks exist. Are life quarks a factor of life? And of what elementary things are quarks made? It seems impossible to divide particles indefinitely because neither particle accelerators nor synchrotron radiation devices can see the submicroscopic material world. Therefore, we must take elementary particles as the object for our study. From the wave-particle duality, we know that particles have spin characteristics. From quantum mechanics, we know that the spins of particles do not have axes of rotation for four reasons. Some particles look the same from any direction two'd. Some look the same after they have turned 360 degrees three'd. Some look the same after they have turned 180 degrees forward. Some look the same only after they have turned 720 degrees. Therefore, the particles are divided into two groups. One group has particles with spins of 1/2, and the other group has particles with spins of 0, 1, and 2. We know from the Pauli exclusion principle and the Heisenberg uncertainty principle that two similar particles cannot have the same position and velocity at the same time. According to Dirac's theory, an electron must have its mate, an anti-electron. In other words, every particle has an antiparticle that can annihilate it. Based on this, Stephen Hawking believed there may also be anti-worlds and anti-humans composed of antiparticles. These theories of particle annihilation seem to be close to the edge of the symmetrical structure of life, but they are still not real people. In order to combine quantum field theory, which has difficulty explaining gravity, and general relativity, the superstring theory has been established. It proposes that elementary particles are not point particles, but one-dimensional strings of which all particles in nature are vibration modes of them. In this way, submicroscopic material structures do not exist as particles, but become actual vibrations like the melodies from musical instruments. The problem is that whether it is the M theory that can unify the 5 superstring theories and 11-dimensional supergravity, or the matrix theory, neither can solve the unification of the 4 interacting forces: gravity, electromagnetism, the weak nuclear force, and the strong nuclear force. Some have tried to explain this with the theory of cosmic holography. The 3 states of holography are matter, motion, and thought. In other words, in addition to mass and energy, there is also the cosmic phenomenon of thinking, also known as thought energy. In this way, mankind has broken through the bondage of pure matter by including consciousness within it. Here, human understanding has taken a giant leap forward. On the basis of the holographic theory, people began trying to establish a unified field theory. During the 1920s, Einstein proposed a unified field theory, hoping to unify gravity and electromagnetism, but he failed in spite of spending all of his latter years trying. So, where did the first cause come from? Since the law of universal gravitation cannot answer the question of where the first driving force came from, Newton proposed that it must have come from the greatest creator. It is believed that the unified field theory solves the problem of the first cause and the spin of celestial bodies, including particle spin, namely the role of one component of the gravitational unified field, which when at the tangential direction, on one hand makes celestial bodies curve spatially together with other components of the same gravitational unified fields, and on the other, these tangential forces lead to rotating torques which make bodies spin around their axis at the same time. The recent unified field theory recognized that in addition to mass and energy, thought energy is a type of super-time and space existence form, which is capable of connecting with the outside world. It is also believed that the amount of space, time, and consciousness can be converted into each other. The composition of black holes is neither mass nor energy but huge bodies of consciousness. The cores of particles are energy of thought, and the universe is a holographic unity. This is very great wisdom indeed. But exactly how was the universe born? How did life originate? Why do people have good and bad morals? These problems cannot be solved satisfactorily by this unified field theory. After having studied Gödel's incompleteness theorem, Hawking realized that a unified field theory is impossible to achieve because according to Gödel's incompleteness theorem, within any system, a pair of unprovable, contradictory propositions exist which must consist of a true proposition which in turn is also unprovable. Simply speaking, there are no immovable objects or unstoppable forces. Would it not be a paradox if both were possible? Hawking believed that this incompleteness theorem also applies to physics. Therefore, he gave up. At this point, science had temporarily stopped. Sudden enlightenment. I was unwilling to end my exploration after searching this far. The French scientist Pierre-Simon Laplace imagined, "We may regard the present state of the universe as the effect of its past and the cause of its future. Consider an intellect which at a certain moment would know all forces that set nature into motion and all positions of all items of which nature is composed. If this intellect were also vast enough to submit these data to analysis, it would embrace in a single formula the movements of the greatest bodies of the universe and those of the tiniest atoms. For such an intellect, nothing would be uncertain and the future would present before its eyes just as the past." Pierre-Simon Laplace. Philosophical Essay on Probabilities, translated from the 6th French edition by Frederick Wilson Truscott and Frederick Lincoln Emery, Dover Publications, New York, 1951, pages 4. Is it possible for me to become such an intellect? If neither religious classics nor scientific achievements can supply answers to my questions, then where can I find them? Since the unified field theory supposes the universe to be a holographic unity and energy of thinking to be an existence form of hyperspace which is capable of connecting the outside world, then why do I not apply this theory in practice? So I began self-refinement. I practiced my thinking, focused my thought energy, and dispatched my consciousness to the universe to see if it would work. That night I went to bed after practicing, lying on the bed, meditating, and feeling, and suddenly a few sentences entered into my mind. Jesus Christ said that as long as I have pure faith, I can plant a tree next to myself in the sea. Another message from Lao Tzu told me that Tao has no clear and fixed entity. What does it look like? It is elusive and infinite and has forms in which there are entities so profound and obscure as to harbor the very essence of energy. This essence of energy is true and verifiable. The last sentence was from Buddha Sakyamuni. Everything with form is unreal. Aha! Here is the secret. I laughed, rolling across the bed, and finally could not help but laugh under the quilt. Do you know what I found? Holographic order. All secrets lie in holographic order, not chaos. Looking back at the mortal world, religious mysteries and human ignorance became obvious. But what the scientists were seeking is so simple,